Saturday matinee from Norton as the reigning NEWMAC champs are set to square off against the Lions here inside Emerson Gymnasium. Welcome into the NEWMAC Sports Network, everybody. I'm Jackson Walsh. The number 16th nationally ranked Smith Pioneers are set to face off against Wheaton College this afternoon, but the Pioneers have turned themselves into a national powerhouse these past couple of seasons, and that should give Wheaton a great test today. Smith comes in riding a five-game win streak, but it should be an interesting one here from Norton. We'll send it down to the floor. Alan Wickstrom will have starting five and anthem coming up next here on the NEWMAC Sports Network.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Emerson Gymnasium on the campus of Wheaton College for today's NCAA Division III NEWMAC Women's Basketball Contest, featuring the visiting Smith College Pioneers and your Wheaton College Lions. At this time, we'd like your attention for a special presentation. The NEWMAC and Wheaton College is celebrating Officials Appreciation Week. This is a nationwide initiative to recognize and thank conference officials across all sports. The commitment of NEWMAC officials and referees to safe, fair, and competitive contests is a critical part of the student-athlete experience. Without officials, we do not compete at a level that abides by the rules and standards that we have all set for ourselves. The quality of play is greatly enhanced by the exemplary officials that we have the pleasure of supporting each of our sports with their expertise and professionalism. At this time, please acknowledge the officials for today's contest. Wheaton College, the NEWMAC, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, homophobic remarks, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. At this time, we ask that you please rise if able, or remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Smith College Pioneers. A senior guard from Seal Beach, California, number 5, Ali Yamada. For Wheaton College, a sophomore forward from Highland Springs, Colorado, number 10, Reagan Hayter. For Smith College, a junior guard from Saratoga, California, number 13, Jane Wu. For Wheaton, a sophomore guard from Greenville, South Carolina, number 14, Madeline Dewey. For Smith College, a senior guard from Rockland, California, number 14, Jesse Huffman. For Wheaton College, a junior guard from the Southern 22, Abby Hernandez. For Smith College, a graduate student born from Southern Massachusetts, for 15, Sophia Rosa. For Wheaton College, first year guard from Forsyth, Illinois, for 23, Hannah Young. For Smith College, a first year guard from Andover, Massachusetts, number 22, Hannah Martin. For Wheaton College, sophomore forward from Norton, Massachusetts, number 42, Nasha Arnold. The Pioneers are coached by Emerson.
It was Alan Wickstrom with the anthem and starting five here from Emerson Gymnasium. He'll send it over to Colin Riley on PA for the rest of the game down on the floor. Smith comes in with a 13-2 record. Wheaton at 9-7, Smith 2-0 in the NUMAC, and Wheaton at 1-1 in conference play. Last time these two teams met at Smith last season, back in January, Smith with a big 76-40 win over the Lions. Smith was ranked number 5 in the D3.com poll at the time. Right now, Smith comes in ranked 16th in the D3 Hoops poll and 12th in the coaches poll in the country. Another look at the starters here for Smith. It'll be Allie Yamada wearing number 5, Jane Liu number 13. Then it's number 14, Jesse Ruffner. The senior out of Rockland, California, is arguably Smith's best player. 14 a game scoring-wise, then also chipping in with 9 rebounds a game and 4.5 assists per game. Just an unreal season being put up in her senior year by Ruffner right now. Then Sophia Rosa, number 15, and Hannah Martin, the first year, wearing number 22. For the Lions, they're without Kiki Walters, their leading scorer, the only scorer on this Wheaton team averaging in double figures, so they'll have to turn to number 10, Regan Cater, and number 22, Abby Fernandez this afternoon. Joining them in the starting five, Madeline Dewey, Tatum Young, and Nasha Arnold. Smith comes away with a tap. They'll be working right to left, wearing the away navy blues. Wheaton in the home whites with the blue and silver trim, and a quick start for the Pioneers on the offensive end. It's Sophia Rosa opening up the scoring. Rosa, the leading scorer on this Smith team, averaging just over 14 a game. The grad student transfer from Tufts University. Wheaton with their first look on offense. Fernandez mid-range, can't get it off the glass. Arnold with the rebound goes up, and a wild one. Arnold looked like she might have been looking for the foul, and so was head coach Allison Chernow, but official disagrees. It's going to be Smith ball as Wheaton will put on a press here to kick things off. Pioneers break it down inside. It's Rosa again. Jump hook with the right. Can't get it. Cater with the rebound. Fernandez is going to push in transition into the paint. Now we'll take it back outside as pressure is applied by Yamada. Tatum Young with the ball, making her 4th start this season. The first year at Forsyth, Illinois. Arnold inside, got the bouncing in. And Wheaton with their first bucket of the afternoon. Lions coming off a 64-45 win over Mount Holyoke right here on Wednesday. In that game, Fernandez had 13, Cater with 10. Yamada, good find inside, and right there is Rosa with her second bucket. Yamada, a true point guard for this Smith squad. The senior this year was a big part of the Final Four team in her junior season last year. As Young fires the three too strong, and that's Yamada with a weak side rebound. And if you didn't know, Smith was a Final Four team last year, and Yamada again, look at the court vision, this time with the offhand. And once again, she finds Sophia Rosa, and Rosa's got all 6 for Smith. Smith all the way to the Final Four last year, lost to Transylvania, who ended up being the national champions, as Young with a tough take with the left hand gets it to go. Smith not the only New England team in last year's Women's Division III Final Four. Rhode Island College also made it to the Final Four, so good representation on the national scale from New England teams last year as Yamada draws the foul. That's going to go against Dewey, her first personal and team's first. Rosa in the post again, this time with a right, rejected by Cater, and good job to keep herself in bounds there and retain possession as Young will push it, looking into the post. It's Arnold again. Arnold has it stripped, and it's Yamada. Excuse me, that's not Yamada. That is Jane Liu with the steal, going the other way for Smith with a left. Liu couldn't get it off glass, but she's going to collect her own miss and bring it back outside. Left wing Yamada. We're going to crack the Wheaton defense. Liu right side into the paint. Turns again, this time with a left and in. Good footwork by Liu, the guard, showing off the post skills there. Junior out of Saratoga, California, part of a Smith roster that's from all over the globe, and Liu has herself a steal now. Took it right away from Dewey, going back the other way. Corner, Yamada up fakes on the three, back outside. It's Liu right wing in the hands of Jesse Ruffner. Rosa in the post with a left and in. A quick 8 points for Sophia Rosa, and Smith has a 6-point lead. Cater threw that one away on the baseline. Not sure if she's trying to lead Young there or go straight to Young, but it's a turnover either way for Wheaton, and they'll make their first substitutions of the day. Anaya Boston checks in for the Lions, and Maddie Mueller also on the floor for Wheaton College. Smith riding a 5-game win streak coming into today on a 2-game conference win streak to open up the NUMAC play at 2-0. Their last three, they took down Hamilton 74-56, and then the 2 conference games as the threes off the mark with a 82-78 win against WPI, and then most recently on Wednesday a 64-50 win against Babson as Mueller has the bucket down low for Wheaton. That Babson win on Wednesday was a NUMAC Finals rematch last year in which Smith was victorious. Babson a little bit down this year, but still a very good squad. They were an NCAA tournament team last year, ranked most of the season. Inside Rosa again, trying to do some more damage. A little short that time, and Wheaton comes up with a rebound. Boston all the way inside. Nobody picked her up till late, and she can't finish, so just enough pressure at the right time from Jane Liu there to kind of throw off Anaya Boston. Jessie Ruffner has her first bucket of the day. Ruffner, the senior guard out of Rockland, California. Almost averaging a double-double for the Pioneers this season. Fernandes trying to get herself going. Mueller back inside, spins, creates some space, and just came up short. Did everything right until the shot. Back outside, it's Liu. Ruffner in front of the Wheaton bench, cross-court pass. Yamada fires the three and knocks it down. And Allison Chernow will take her first time out as Smith runs out to a 9-0 lead here in Norton. 4:31 to go in the first quarter. The 16-ranked Pioneers, 15. Wheaton College, 6. Nine-point lead for the Smith Pioneers here in the early stages from Norton. Thanks for being here on the NUMAC Sports Network, everyone. I'm Jackson Walsh. If you're just joining us, Smith running out to that 9-point lead led by Sophia Rosa with 8 points. She's outscoring Wheaton right now. Grad student forward standing in at 6'2". Emma Kiernan into the game. She has the ball on the right wing now. Bounce pass off to Jasperson, who also just checked in. No back court. That's a deflection, but the shot clock winding down here. Jasperson, step back three. And that one missed the rim. Didn't matter, though, and ends up in the hands of Jesse Ruffner. Ruffner, good move, and ends up with a wide-open layup on the left side. Used that hard jab step to the right to throw off Kiernan, and then blew right by the Wheaton defense. Smith with a double-figure lead now. They lead by 11 as Ruffner picks up the foul well away from the basket. Wheaton with only one starter out there right now, and it's Abby Fernandez at the top of the key as Boston dishes it off to Fernandez. Shot clock down to 10. Fernandez to the right. Picks up the dribble, fires the jumper off the iron. Mueller offensive board, counted on the foul. Great hustle there by Maddie Mueller, going through two defenders. And then right back up the hoop and some harm, so Mueller will head to the free throw line for one shot here. First trip to the line for either team, this afternoon. Mueller, a 70% free throw shooter, knocks it down, and she heads to the sidelines. Regan Cater checks back in. So without Kiki Walters today, Wheaton's going to need to turn to other players. Walters averaging 10.5 a game. Leading scorer on this Wheaton team, so players like Cater and Fernandez are going to have to step up as Sophia Rosa is now in double figures with 10. Fernandez and Cater both averaging just under 10 points a game. Cater with a touchdown low. She'll be battling Rosa all afternoon. Both of them listed at over 6 feet, so should see a lot of action in the post on both ends of the court as that one got knocked out of bounds by Rosa. It'll stay here with Wheaton. Jasperson leaves it off to Fernandez. Shot clock winding down again. Fernandez, tough shot, and it just glazed off the glass and off the iron. Back the other way into the rookie, Martin. Swings it back out. There's Yamada over to Ruffner. Lou will take it back up top. Martin once again. Got Boston in the air, goes up, came up short. Rosa on the rebound and a foul on the floor. We'll keep it here with Smith. Fouls charged to Anaya Boston, her first personal. Smith will make their first substitution of the day. Number 2, Jasmine Washington onto the floor. Rosa will get a breather, and they'll make another one as well. Salama Maher checks into the game for Smith. Maher, a good piece off the bench for the Pioneers this season, averaging a little over 7 points a game. Free throw line jumper, Yamada got it up and couldn't hit it. It was Arnold Skyen in for the rebound for the Lions. She just checked in as well. Jasperson all the way inside, back out Fernandez. Fernandez trying to get an angle. Yamada, a pest on defense, won't let her, and she'll have to dish it back out this time. It's Jasperson fires the long jumper, no good, and the rebound all alone is Washington. Martin will bring it up, hands it off to Maher. Maher now gets it. Ruffner. Martin up fake to the rim. The hoop and the foul. Hannah Martin, the first-year guard out of North Andover, Massachusetts, with her first basket of the day. Knocks down the free throw, so now Smith with their biggest lead at 13, 22-9 here in the last minute 30 of the first quarter. Jasperson trying to set something up, gets the high screen from Arnold, then rolls, can't find her. Straight away, it's Cater. Arnold in the post now, a lot of defenders around, and a wild shot is well off the mark. Maher transition. Ruffner back to Martin. Martin just had the and one on the other end. Another try and a pretty looking shot with the left hand goes through. Lynn Hersey lost a couple of key players for her Pioneer squad last year after the Final Four, but they look reloaded right now here in Norton. Ella Sylvester will come on for the first time today for Smith, Fernandez, and Young also back in the game here for Wheaton with under a minute to go in the first quarter of action. Foul's going to be on the floor. They called against Sylvester, who just checked in, the sophomore guard out of Everett, Washington. Dewey right side. Had her career high 25 in the win over Eastern Connecticut right after New Year's. And Wheaton ends the scoring lull there with Arnold. That's Nasha Arnold's second basket of the day. One of the many talented sophomores on this team. She's out of Reading, Massachusetts. Smith can hold for one if they want here. It's just maybe a 0.4 different shot clock and game clock. Yamada, free throw line, steps back. Too strong. Ball tipped around in the hands of Cater. And that's the one thing you couldn't do right there, but Wheaton's going to catch a break. Cater should have just held on to that one. They weren't going to get a quality shot off. Salam Maher almost made him pay, but that'll end the first quarter. Smith in control right now. They lead by 13 here from beautiful Emerson Gymnasium. (24-11) the lead for Smith College over Wheaton College after the first quarter of play here from Norton, Massachusetts. Smith led now by Sophia Rosa with 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting in the first quarter. Fernandez still looking for her first basket. Now 0 of 4 from the field. Left side, Yamada. Sylvester brings it up top, hands it off there to Maher. The ball got poked away. Yamada's going to collect it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Back out. Maher, and she took steps, so traveling violation will give it back to Wheaton College. Lions are coached by Allison Chernow, who still has the interim tag on her. She's in her 4th year on the staff here in Norton. Arnold, Euro step, finger roll. Hey, baby, that was a good one. Arnold's leading the way for Wheaton right now with 6. Martin swings it wide open. Maher airballs the 3 and the rebound for Dewey. First part of the season, Madeline Dewey did not see a lot of playing time, but has been an integral part of this team since right around Thanksgiving. sophomore out of Greenville, South Carolina. Young off the mark on the three, and the rebound collected by Sylvester in the corner. Martin downhill draws the foul, and that one is going to go against Dewey. So that'll be Dewey's second as Smith with 3 substitutions here. Lou, Ruffner, and Rosa all back into the game for the Pioneers, and Anaya Boston will check back in for Wheaton. Lou inside, back out. There's Yamada. Rosa. Post work, and officials are going to talk about what this is. It'll either be a traveling violation or a foul, and they'll call it a travel. So Wheaton will take back over after Rosa kind of shuffled the feet down low. Young will take it up, gets it to Arnold, now hands it off to Boston. Anaya Boston, long two. That one off the mark, and the rebound for Ruffner. Rosa trying to get going again. Had 10 in the first quarter, and she'll take it a trip to the free throw line after she's fouled by Regan Cater. Rosa's first trip to the line today. Not a strong free throw shooter at only 54%. But she's been doing okay for herself this season. The leading scorer on this Smith squad with 14.5 a game. The grad student from Tufts. Second one from Rosa, and salvages that trip to the line, goes 1 of 2. Young finds Cater. Now Fernandez still looking for her first basket. Good pick and roll, and it's Cater unable to finish. Collects the miss, goes back up and gets it to go. Second chance opportunity there for Cater. Good job setting that up by Abby Fernandez. The other way, and another trip to the line coming up for the Pioneers. This time it'll be Jane Liu after the strong take to the hole. It's the first personal foul against Tatum Young. Third team foul against Wheaton here, not even 3 minutes into the second quarter. Liu off the mark on the first of 2. Junior guard out of Saratoga, California. Three players from the state of California, and just the starting lineup here for Smith. Yamada calls Seal Beach, California home. Then you have Lou from Saratoga and Ruffner from Rockland. Cater again in the post, and she got fouled. You'll get Rosa with a foul. That's her second personal, and Cater will take a trip to the charity stripe. Wheaton, 1 of 1 from the line so far today. That was thanks to Maddie Mueller. Just like Rosa, Cater struggles a bit from the line as well at 58% this season. The sophomore out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. We're going to have a timeout here called by Lynn Hersey on the Smith sidelines, and Wheaton making a little bit of a run here. They only trail by 10, 26-16 the score. Smith ball here out of the timeout. They still lead Wheaton by 10. Largest lead was 15 when it was 24-9 with about 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Wheaton, though, hanging around right now. Ruffner trying to change that as she takes it in, makes it with two defenders right in front of her, but players like that aren't fazed by a little bit of defense. Ruffner also used to the spotlight as Cater gets it inside. Good dish out. Boston, 3 on the way. It goes home. Cater, one of the better post passers you'll see around. Showing it off right there as Boston knocks down the 3. Ruffner looking for back-to-back buckets. Can't hit it. Boston will push the tempo across the timeline. Fernandez to the cup outside. Young tries a 3. That one misses left, and the rebound for Ruffner. Lou back the other way. Into the post, though. A good-looking reverse there. Jasmine Washington able to finish. The lead back up to 11 for the Pioneers. Young right down Main Street, lost the handle. Then Cater finds Boston again. Boston spins right into traffic, almost got it to go, but still a bit of a wild shot put up by Anaya. Lou in the post trying to body Arnold down there, and it's going to work out for her. She draws the foul. Only Arnold's first personal is Kieran Mueller and Jasperson will all check back in for Wheaton. Cater, Arnold, and Young go to the sidelines. Two on the way here for Jade Lou after she knocks down the first one. And Lou's got herself 5 points in the early going. Jasperson right side. Kieran straight away right back to Kennis. At around half court now, the south part of Sacramento, California. Now it's Mueller to Boston. A bit of a sloppy handoff. Boston collects it. Jasperson puts up the 3 straight away. Front iron can't hit it in the rebound for Washington as she takes it away from Mueller. Back the other way, Martin in traffic. Kick out. Yamada can't knock it down from outside. And the rebound for Boston. Boston with 3 rebounds here in the first half. And just trying to do a little too much there as trying to spin one into the post on the bounce pass for Kiernan, but a little too wide as it was out of the reach of Emma Kiernan. Ella Sylvester back on the floor for Smith as Yamada is going to get a breather on the sidelines. 4.5 to go here in the first half. It's a 13-point lead for the Smith College Pioneers. Ranked 16th in the nation as Ruffner got Fernandez in the air, wanted the foul call, didn't get one, and Fernandez going to try to take advantage of it. Back the other way, rejected. And they'll say that's off of Abby Fernandez, so good defense there from Jasmine Washington to force the turnover. Six turnovers to Smith's 2 here for Wheaton with 4 minutes to go in the first half. You're just joining us. Wheaton once again without their top scorer and Kiki Walters on the sidelines in a boot. And Jessie Ruffner gets it to go with the foul, so she'll head to the line for 1 shot. Ruffner playing some efficient basketball here in the early going. She's got 8 points with 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Can't knock down the free throw, but make that 4 rebounds as she collects her own miss. Second chance here for Smith, but it's stolen by Fernandez. 1-on-1 with the other way with Lou, and she gets it to go on the finger roll, and Abby Fernandez ends her cold streak, has her first points of the day. Lou had it poked away by Jasperson again. Kind of lackadaisical dribbling there from Lou, but doesn't hurt Smith. Lou back with the ball, 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass inside, and the foul's going to be called against Boston from behind. And Wheaton has had 5 team fouls, so it'll be a bonus here. A 2-shot foul penalty coming up here for Smith. Jasmine Washington will be the ones to take the free throws. First one too strong from Washington, the junior out of Los Angeles. Played her high school hoops at Birmingham Community Charter as she goes 0 of 2 on that trip, and Ruffner with another rebound off a missed free throw. And a good find inside, but it's rejected by Mueller. Ruffner set up Sylvester beautifully, but Mueller came down from guarding Ruffner off the pass and swatted it with the right hand. Thrown into Ruffner. Fernandez there trying to avoid the foul. She does, but Lou wide open for 3. Missed everything, and Boston comes up with a loose ball. Fernandez, mid-range. Can't get it. Ruffner with another rebound. She's already got 6. Ruffner the other way, and a one-footed turnaround. No good, and Smith with another fresh 20 on the shot clock. This time it's Sylvester crashing the offensive glass. Martin will take it to her left, hands it off to Ruffner. Shot clock down to 5 now for the Pioneers. Sylvester needs to go, gets it up with 1 second, but can't hit. Near side, Boston. Just outside the arc now, holds the dribble, swings it left to Fernandez. Fernandez right back to Jasperson, right side. Lofted into the post. Mueller lost it off the fingertips and out of bounds. It's just one of those kind of unforced errors you can't have if you're Wheaton, especially going up against a team like Smith. No, even if Mueller was able to catch that in the post, she was going to be double-teamed right away. So that's one of the passes that you got to refrain from going against, especially not only with Smith's talent, just their pure size inside. Still at a 13-point lead here for Smith. The left-handed in, Jasmine Washington starting to heat up here in the second quarter. Smith now with their biggest lead at 15. Fernandez swings it cross court. Arnold will take it inside, back out. Boston fires the 3. Too strong, and the rebound for Ruffner. Ruffner 8 points, 7 rebounds here with just 1:30 to go in the first half. Martin almost had it stripped away, holds the dribble. Brings it back to this side now. Lou finds Maher. Martin will take her time. Shot clock in single digits at 8. Down to 3. Ruffner. A lot of contact, and the foul comes in with just 1 second left on that shot clock. Anaya Boston commits the foul. That's Boston's 3rd personal, so she'll head to the sidelines. Riley Sprague checks in for the first time today, the junior guard out of Jamestown, Rhode Island. 2 shots on the way for Jessie Ruffner. She's 0 of 1 at the foul line so far this afternoon. I'll make that 0 of 2 for Ruffner. Ruffner hits the first free throw of her day, and now Smith with a 16-point lead with 1 minute to go here in the first half of action from Norton. Fernandez able to collect it after she lost it. Wheaton will work the shot clock here. It's down to 10. Abby drives right, foul is going to come in, but no free throws as that's on the floor, and that's only Smith's 2nd team foul here in the second quarter. That one goes against Salam Maher. That's her first personal. So a fresh 20 on the timer for the Lions. Fernandez will take it back out, let the shot clock work again. It's the high screen from Cater. Pulls up and throws it right into the Smith bench. So now Smith will get it with 27 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. They can elect to hold for one if they want to. Lynn Hersey will make a substitution here. Ella Sylvester back in the game and quickly run into the scorer's table to get in before play starts back up is Ali Yamada. Ruffner will take her time as she brings it across half court. Game clock down to 20. Looking to extend the Pioneers' lead here going into the break. Now Ruffner will go with 12. And an offensive foul. It's going to be called against Salam Maher, who just picked one up, so two quick ones for Maher. This time it's on the offensive end with the illegal screen. Now 10 on the game clock for Wheaton. Fernandez will take it up. Game clock down to 5. Fernandez right side drives in just beyond the free throw line. And that's how the first half will come to an end. 37-21 the lead for Smith after the first 20 minutes. They're still led by Sophia Rosa with 11. 10 of those came in the first quarter, but Jessie Ruffner doing her thing as well. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists for Ruffner in her 18 minutes of play. On the other end, a small but balanced attack for Wheaton College. Nasha Arnold leading the way with 6. 37-21 the score here at halftime from Norton. We'll be right back for the second half of action on the NewMax Sports Network. Bay Coast Bank halftime show here from Emerson Gymnasium. It's Smith leading Wheaton 37-21 after the first 20 minutes of play. Sophia Rosa leading the way for Smith right now with 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. And then right there with her is Jessie Ruffner with 9 points on 4 of 7 shooting, to go along with 8 rebounds and 2 assists. For the Lions, Nasha Arnold has 6 on 3 of 4 shooting from the field. And then it's Maddie Mueller with 5 points, and then a jumble of players between 3 and 2 points. And Aya Boston, Regan Cater with 3, and then Abby Fernandez struggling at 1 of 9 from the field with 2 points. And Tatum Young with 2 points as well. As a team, Wheaton's 9 of 30 from the field for 30%, just 1 of 6 from 3 for 16%, and 2 of 3 from the foul line. 10 personal fouls in the first half for Wheaton College. Smith, 15 of 33 from the field, 45%, 1 of 5 from 3 for just 30%, which is very uncharacteristic for this Pioneer squad. They lead the NUMAC in overall offense, and in particular from three-point territory. As a team this season, they're shooting at 37%, so just 1 of 5 from 3 for Smith in the first half. And also really struggling from the foul line, still up 16 though. 50%, only 6 of 12 from the foul line for the Pioneers. Wheaton with 8 first-half turnovers, Smith with 4. In terms of paint points, just read that backwards right off the start. Smith with 28 points in the paint, Wheaton with 16, so a post-dominated game here on both ends. This has been the Bay Coast Bank halftime show here from Emerson Gymnasium. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere. It's Smith and Wheaton women's basketball here on the NUMAC Sports Network. Just about ready to go for the start of the second half here from Norton, Massachusetts. Smith leading Wheaton 37-21 after the first half of play. A quick look at the overall NUMAC standings for women's basketball here before we start things off for the second half. They're not that far into their conference slate, and a whole bunch of teams tied for first place in the NUMAC. Smith at 2-0, Coast Guard 2-0, Salve at 2-0, and Emerson at 3-0. All tied for first, and then Wheaton, a part of the teams, packed up at 1-1. There's 4 of those teams, and then 5 teams at 0-2 in the NUMAC. As the season progresses, those Conference standings should start shifting a lot more, but for now, a bunch of teams at 2-0, a whole bunch at 1-1, and then a bunch at 0-2 to start off the season. And the Lions are in danger of starting 1-2, but Abby Fernandes going to try to not make that happen as she comes up with a steal to start things off here in the second half. Arnold right back to Fernandes. Fernandes dribbles right behind the back. Dewey, corner, launches the three. Hit the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound for Jane Liu. Liu had 5 first-half points, and Rosa is going to have her first trip to the foul line. Had a very quiet second quarter, did Rosa. Exploded in the first quarter for 10 points, but then just had 1 point in the entire second quarter. And part of that was because sat on the bench for foul trouble most of that second quarter with 2 personal, but on the floor to start off the third quarter here for Smith as she misses the first of 2 at the line. Rosa's struggles from the free throw line continue. She's now 1 of 4 from the stripe, still leading the way for Smith with 11. Dewey puts it hard on the floor. Young open for 3, jacks it up. Comes up short, and the rebound for Martin, who has played every minute of this game, and that's amazing considering she's the only first year in the starting lineup for Smith. Rosa looking for her first field goal. First 2 chances, couldn't get it. Goes up for a third try and got fouled. Considering Rosa's struggles at the line so far today, that may have been the best case scenario for Wheaton besides coming away with that ball. Doesn't look like Allison Chernow's very happy with the rebounding here to start the second half. She takes out her 2 starting forwards in Arnold and Cater, replace them with Emma Kiernan and Maddie Mueller, the 2 reserve forwards. And they're actually going to say that foul was on the floor, not shooting, so no free throws here for Rosa and the Pioneers. And we have an offensive foul away from the ball. It's going to go against Jane Liu, I believe. So they are going to get Liu with that foul. Her first personal, pushed off, trying to create some space. Wheaton ball here as Young brings it up. Works it near the baseline. Cutting, it's Kiernan. Kiernan gathers nowhere to go with it now. Puts it on the floor, back out, and the pass was deflected. But Fernandes able to control it. Fernandes not going to use the screen from Mueller. Left elbow, spins in traffic, off the glass and in. High-level move from Fernandes. Her second field goal of the day. Ruffner can't respond. It just rolls off the iron, and Rosa draws yet again another foul. Rosa has been a force on the glass here to start things off in the second half, and Allison Chernow still looking for answers with rebounding. She'll put in Marae Tona for the first time today. Tona, the junior forward out of Portland, Maine. Rosa, another 2 at the line this time. That one sinks right through the nylon. Second one from Rosa, up and in, so 2 of 2 on that trip after going 0 of 2 on her previous trip at the charity stripe. Young across half court, bounce pass off to Tona. Murray puts it on the floor, hands it off to Dewey outside. Dewey still holding that dribble, shot clock down to 15. Dewey work left, still with the ball now, gives it up to Fernandes. Fernandes looking for some open room. Inside, had it stripped by Liu, hits the deck to get it, but Liu's going to come away with it. Liu will push it up across half court. Martin for 3. That one no good. Thought we were going to have a tie-up, but it's going to be a foul against Liu. And that's Liu's second personal. Both of those coming in the second half, and we're just over 2 minutes into the second half, so 2 quick ones picked up by Jane Liu. No substitution from Lynn Hersey. She'll keep Liu out there. 2 fouls, not too much of a concern this late in the ball game. Fernandes ends up being open, and she'll take it. Kind of let the defense sink off of her after she picked up her dribble, and ended up with the Smith D leaving Fernandes pretty open at that right elbow, and she knocks it through. She's got 6 points now. And that's going to go out of bounds off of Martin and Smith. So Wheaton will come away with it yet again, trying to create a little bit of run and momentum here to start off the second half. Tatum Young will take it up floor, cross half court, right in front of her bench. Guarded tightly by Martin. It's first year against first year here in the matchup of the point guards. Fernandez jump step and called a travel, but can't say I agree on that one. Looked like Fernandez kind of took a clean jump step with that left foot, but basket will not count. A traveling violation is the call before it could go through the bar. 3 no good from Yamada, and Ruffner collects yet again another rebound. She's got 9. 1 point, 1 rebound away from a double-double, still with a good chunk of this game to go. Ruffner back out. Yamada on the floor, all the way to the rack. Can't hit it off the glass, and Emma Kiernan is called for the loose ball foul, trying to box out for that rebound. And that is already Wheaton's 4th team foul. Still with 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Thrown into Ruffner. Ruffner hard to her right. Tona stepped up to help, but it doesn't matter. Ruffner able to get it over the outstretched arms of the 6'1" Murray Tona. Young is able to scave off the tight defense from Martin before she could cross half court. Now it's into the hands of Dewey. Looks like Sophia Rosa just picked up her 3rd foul. Down low, trying to battle for position with Murray Tona. So Rosa's going to head to the bench here as Washington checks in for the first time here in the second half. Fernandez right side. Swings it back now straight away. It's Young. Tatum all the way to the rack. Can't miss it. Can't hit it, excuse me. She was wide open. And then Tona was wide open as well. So the Lions missed 2 easy ones on the offensive end. Martin back the other way. Lou, hesitation. Dishes it off. Washington gathers. A tough shot, but it goes through for Jasmine Washington. So Smith makes Wheaton pay. They missed 2 easy ones, and then Washington hits the hard one on the other end of the floor for the Pioneers. Kiernan, baseline. Swings it. Dewey for 3. No good. Kiernan with a rebound goes up. High bounce off the iron. Can't hit it. The outlet pass goes into the hands of Yamada. She's got a bit of a breakaway here. Back outside. Martin for 3. Left open and knocks it home. Good transition offense from the Pioneers, and they got their biggest lead of the day. It sits at 19, 46-25 the score. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Fernandez behind the back. In traffic, high off the glass, can't get it. Tona with the rebound, puts it on the floor now. Turns around and it rolls off the iron, no good. Lou, pull up. Middle of the lane and drills it. Smith with her first 20-point-plus lead here. It sits at 21. Young, hard move behind the back and finishes. Beautiful move from Tatum Young to score on the offensive end. It's her second basket of the day as the 3 is no good from Yamada. And the rebound collected by Kiernan. Back the other way for Wheaton. It's Fernandez on the right wing. And Allison Chernow will take a timeout, a full timeout, so we'll step away. Smith, 48, Wheaton, 27. In a new MAC contest between the reigning champs and the up-and-coming Young Lions. Lead sits at 19 for the Smith Pioneers on the road here against Wheaton. Making the trip from Western Mass to Eastern Mass for big matchup against Wheaton College today. A 1 o'clock tip here on a Saturday. And Wheaton's in danger out of the timeout, and they're lucky that was a jump ball and not a turnover because the possession arrow still favors the Lions. Jasperson out on the floor for the Lions, as well as Sprague and Mueller out of the timeout. Dewey with the ball, and Smith coming out with some pestering defense here out of the timeout. Foul's going to come in against Smith, and just check it in during that timeout is first-year Maggie Fleming for Smith out of Downers Grove, Illinois, wearing number 10. 3 on the way, just rattled out for Dewey. First time Fleming has seen the floor for the Pioneers this afternoon. Backdoor. Good find and a good finish. Ruffner to Maher. Sprague, quick 3 other end response. .20 lead. Fleming, right wing. Now it's Martin. Draws the foul and head to the line as Smith has now entered the bonus. That foul was against Dewey. Hard to keep up with Martin. Just explosive off the dribble. Showed it off that time, and she earned herself 2 free throws as Dewey picks up her 3rd foul. No good on the first of 2 for number 22, Hannah Martin. First year out of North Andover, and goes 0 of 2 on that trip. Jasperson into the paint. Dewey drives, throws it up, and got fouled. Not sure if they called that one on the floor or shooting, but it's not going to make a difference because Wheaton is in the bonus as well. That's 5 team fouls against Smith. This time they're going to get Martin with a foul, only her first personal, which is absolutely amazing and speaks volumes about her talent and just basketball IQ, because that's Martin's first foul, and she's played the most minutes on the floor for Smith with 26 this afternoon. One of 2 on that trip for Dewey. Lead back under 19 for the Pioneers. It sits at 19. Excuse me, lead under 20. It sits at 19, I should say. But right back over 20 is Fleming as her first basket. Wheaton lucky to not turn it over there. Sprague, Jasperson, Dewey for 3. Can't knock it down, and the rebound for Ruffner. She's got 11 of those today. Still looking for one more point to pick up a double-double. Ruffner swings it left. It's Martin now into the hands of Maher. Maher holds the dribble, and we're going to have a foul away from the ball. It'll go against Maddie Mueller for the Lions. It's usually they're going to get Madeline Dewey with that foul, not Madeline Mueller. So that's 4 personal against Dewey, and she'll head to the bench as Ruffner knocks down the free throw, and she has herself a double-double. Ruffner 2 of 2 on that trip. Pioneers tie their biggest lead right now. It sits at 23. Jasperson passes out of the trap. Fernandez through traffic, got fouled. She'll have 2 shots on the way. Jasmine Washington charged with a foul. That's her second personal. So 2 on the way for Abby Fernandez. Her and Arnold leading the scoring for Wheaton right now with 6 points apiece. Second one from Fernandez, rattles in, 1 of 2 on that trip. Fernandez has started just about every game for this Wheaton College squad. She's a junior right now out of Sonnet, Massachusetts. A couple of years ago, she was named NUMAC Rookie of the Year. Washington couldn't hit inside. Good pass, Jasperson to Sprague. Now it ends up being Kiernan to Fernandez, right back to Kiernan. Picks up the dribble, back out. Fernandez hits the deck, throws the ball in. Allison Chernow gets a timeout before that one ends up in the hands of any of the Pioneers. And we'll take 1-2. 1:26 to go in the third quarter. It's all Smith right now. They lead by 22 here from Norton. Wheaton ball out of the timeout called by Allison Chernow before the Lions turn it over. Abby Fernandez was on the floor with the rock in trouble. So 13 on the shot clock here as Jasperson inbounds it to Fernandez. Swings it cross court. Sprague fires the three, banks it in. Not sure if she called it, but doesn't matter. Lead back down to 19 for the Pioneers. Lions still crawling. Wild left-handed shot thrown by Martin was off the mark. Jasperson will take it across half court. Hard crossover by Martin. Sprague. Another one. Back-to-back triples for Riley Sprague. The junior out of Jamestown comes in and drills two. Fleming responds. Big-time response there by the rookie Fleming. Silence this crowd a little bit. Smith put it on a tough trap in the half court there, and it works out. One second difference, shot clock and game clock. Smith can hold for one if they want to. Ruffner, methodical dribble outside. Now a pass off to Fleming, and not a foul you want to pick up there if you're Riley Sprague. Kind of bailed Smith out with a chance at two easy ones at the line, but on the plus side, they will get the ball back, barring any rebound or quick turnover off an inbound. Smith makes a substitution into the game for the first time. Uda Nakamura for the Pioneers, the first-year guard out of Manhattan. As Fleming converts on the first of two at the free throw line. Second one on the way is good, so costly foul for Wheaton there. Gave Smith 2 free points as Fleming knocks down both. Sprague hits the deck. Fight for the ball, and it'll be a jump ball with exactly 1 second left on the game clock, and the arrow's going the other way to Smith. So a catch and shoot chance here for Smith, kind of inbounding from an awkward spot in front of the Wheaton bench. See if they can make anything out of this. Ruffner gets it into Maher, will throw up a wild one in traffic, and that is how the third quarter will come to an end. The lead sits at 20 for Smith, 58-38. The Pioneers in front. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter coming up next here from Emerson Gym. Lions basketball here to start the fourth quarter of play. They trail the 16th ranked Smith Pioneers by 20 with 10 minutes to go in regulation. Fernandez swings it out, Young with it. And that's just a bounce pass that wasn't going to work out, trying to find Arnold well beyond the three-point arc. Back the other way goes Smith. Fleming, up fake. Right over to Rosa, who's back in the game, playing with 3 fouls. Leads all scorers with 13. Good feed inside, and the finish for Fleming. A good find from Jasmine Washington. Right now the matchup on that end is Tatum Young against Maggie Fleming, and that's interesting because it's 2 first-years, both out of the state of Illinois. Cater can't finish. It was Fleming with the rebound. 3 on the way. Maher rattles off the iron, and the rebound for Boston. Anaya Boston pushes the tempo. First time she's been in this game in a while, and a foul down low, and it's going to go against number 15, Sophia Rosa, and that's her 4th foul. Looks like Lynn Hersey is going to keep Rosa out there playing with 4 fouls. Just under 9 minutes to go in this game. Randy's matched up with Fleming. Young will dribble it right. Shot clock is down to 10. And she's going to throw it away. That'll warrant a quick substitution from Allison Chernow as Kenneth Jasperson comes in to replace Young. Short corner, it's Washington. Right back to Maher, right wing. Maher trying to scoop it inside. Rosa got stolen. I think it was Regan Cater that got her hands on that one. Jasperson pull up and sinks it. Kenneth Jasperson with her first points of the afternoon. Sophomore from Sacramento. Maher to Fleming straight away now on the near side. It's Nakamura. And wide open middle of the paint, but unable to hit. The Salam Maher. Kind of one of those shots from an awkward distance. One did a 360 around the 10 and out. Arnold holds the pivot foot back out to Fernandez. Now to the post. Cater finishes. Wheaton back, trailing by 18. Biggest lead for Smith was at 24 when it was 54-30 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And we got a tie up, and that's going to go the other way to Smith. Wheaton lost the last tie up towards the end of the third quarter, but that possession flipped for the start of the quarter when Wheaton was able to have the ball. So Smith with the ball here after the jump ball. Side Fleming. Can't get it, and the rebound and the putback goes through for Sophia Rosa, who now has 15 on 6 of 11 shooting. And she's 1 rebound away from a double-double. A foul way outside. It's going to go against Nakamura. It's Nakamura's first personal foul. Moray Tona back in the game for Wheaton, wearing number 35. Seeing a good amount of minutes this afternoon. Tona, post, triple team that draws the foul. They're going to get Salam Maher with the foul there. That's her 3rd personal, and already 3 quick team fouls against Smith here to start things off in the fourth quarter. They'll inbound it to Fernandez. Left wing, Abby's going to dribble it up, picks it up now, and gets it left to Boston. And just like that, we're going the other way. An illegal screen away from the basketball against Moray Tona. It's the first personal foul against Tona and first team foul against Wheaton in the fourth quarter. Sophia Rosa to the sidelines. Virginia Johnson into the game for the first time for Smith. First year forward out of Minneapolis. Played her high school hoops at Southwest High School. Fleming to Johnson now. Off the handoff, it's Maher. Spins with the right, comes up short, and the rebound for Jasperson. She'll throw it way up floor, and there's Fernandez. Mid-range, too strong. And the long rebound goes to Fleming. The other way, and Fernandez thought she had a rejection, but it's going to pick up the foul as it'll send Salam Maher to the line for 2 shots. Third personal foul. Charged to Abby Fernandez. Her and Riley Sprague both with 8 points for the Lions. Maher knocks down the first of 2 at the line. 2 of 2 on that trip for Salam Maher. Lead back up to 22 for the Pioneers. Riley Sprague checks back in. She'll replace Abby Fernandez with 6 minutes to go here in regulation. Pioneers have led the entire contest this afternoon. Tona, post, good move, and draws the foul. Two shots coming up here for Murray Tona, and that's the 4th foul charged to Salam Maher. Tona off the mark on the first of 2. Still looking for her first points this afternoon. She's played 8 minutes so far, and there they are as she knocks down the second one at the line. Nakamura will take it up now. It's in the hands of Maher. Feeds it, Fleming inside. Washington back out, 3 on the way. Johnson couldn't hit it. The putback, Fleming can't get it, and a strong rebound pulled down by Boston. And transition, it's Sprague. Sprague will pull it back out. Has 2 triples today to go along with her 8 points. That'll stay here as it got the foot of Uda Nakamura. Jasperson heads to the sidelines. Tatum Young back in the game for the Lions. Young will catch it off the inbound, gets the high screen from Tona. Young trying to go all the way to the basket, and she will. A strong finish with the left hand. Back the other way goes Smith. Maher. She'll go to the hole, and from here it looked like Tona had nothing but ball, but ends up being a foul call, so it'll be 2 shots coming up here for Maher. Maher, another player on the Smith roster out of the state of Minnesota. She's from Hopkins, Minnesota. Their leading scorer off the bench with 7.3 a game. She's got 5 this afternoon, but struggling from the floor at just 1 of 7. Young quickly back the other way, puts her defender in the air and finishes. Tatum Young with 2 quick baskets for the Lions, still hanging around, down by 18. Nakamura dishes it off to Johnson. Johnson pivots back out inside. Washington with the left and in. Arnold nearly lost that one off the pass from Young, able to save that for being a turnover. Young. Oh! Tatum Young showing off down low. She's on a 6-point run for Wheaton College right now. She's got all of their last 6. And Allison Chernow will take a full timeout. the Tatum Young Show right now from Norton. She's got 10 points to lead the way for Wheaton College. Lions still trail by 18. 67-49, Smith in command. Tatum Young with the last 6 points for Wheaton College. They still trail by 18, but the first year from Forsyth, Illinois, looking pretty good right now, leading the way for her squad against the number 16th team in the nation. And there was another first year. Boston with a steal the other way. That was a tough one in traffic through multiple defenders, and the Pioneers are going to come away with it. Maher takes it to the hole, wanted the foul call, didn't get it, and Nasha Arnold pulls down the rebound. Long pass up floor. Boston, good job keeping that one in balance. Arnold fires the three. Couldn't get it to go, and the rebound for Nakamura. Fleming swings it over to Maher. Nakamura will hand it off to Maher. Straight away. Johnson works her way left. A southpaw pulls up, can't get it on the rebound yet again for Arnold. Arnold's got 5 rebounds to go along with 6 points. Young still trying to work, loves that left side. Gets it over to Tona. Tona up and in. Wheaton will make a timeout just for substitutions here as Boston and Arnold come out. Ropes and Kiernan into the game. Johnson to Maher, left side. Smith leads by 16 here late. Fleming with a pull-up, and she's been excellent off the bench for Smith this afternoon. Maggie Fleming with 8 points. 3 of 5 from the field, and the foul goes against Smith away from the ball, and we're to the bonus yet again, so 2 shots coming up here for Murray Tona. Second trip to the free throw line for Tona, and that one is going to be charged to Virginia Johnson, only her first personal. Tona's made her last 2 at the free throw line. As a team, Wheaton is 7 of 10 from the line, so pretty good afternoon from the charity stripe for Wheaton College. On the other end, Smith has gotten there a lot more. They're 17 of 26 from the line, shooting at 65%. Fleming had it poked away, keeps the dribble, going up against Sydney Ropes. Just entered the game, the junior out of Duxbury, and Tatum Young comes up with a steal. Lions in transition, Young. Tough shot, almost got it to go with the roll. And that one is out of bounds off of Tona, going the other way to the Pioneers. Looks like Smith is going to come away with a victory here on the road and improve to 3-0 in the NUMAC, 14-2 overall. Fleming with a foul line, can't get it, trying to go grab her own rebound, but tips it out of bounds. Next up for Smith, they'll be home against one of the other top teams in the NUMAC on Wednesday when they host Springfield. Wheaton will travel to Worcester on Wednesday to face off against Clark. Sprague trapped to the baseline, swings it outside. Young fires the three. This is off the glass. Rebound goes untouched for a while. Sprague picks it up and she puts it in. Off glass and in. Sprague and Young both with 10 points to lead the way for Wheaton College. Johnson way downtown, can't get it, and Sprague collects the rebound with 40 seconds to go. Lions are going to drop to 9-8 and fall to 1-2 in NUMAC play as Young takes it. Almost made a tough one off the glass, but can't get it, and shot clock is off, so Smith can just dribble it out if they want to. Salam Maher just going to hold it as the Wheaton defense fends off, and they'll let the clock run out. The Pioneers will come into Norton and grab a 69-55 win over Wheaton College. The number 16th team in the land, riding a 6-game winning streak. So look for them to move up in both the coaches and D3.com poll. Once again, Smith improves to 14-2 overall, 3-0 in NUMAC play. Wheaton at 9-7 overall coming into today, so they fall to 9-8 now, 1-2 in the NUMAC. Lions on the road at Clark Wednesday. And for the Pioneers, they'll be home Wednesday against Springfield. Smith led today by number 15, Sophia Rosa, the 6'2 grad student forward out of Sunbury with 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting. Double-double for Rosa and a double for her teammate Jessie Ruffner, who had 11 and 10. Unusual suspects leading the way for the Lions this afternoon. Tatum Young in her 4th start of her career. 10 points, 5 of 12 from the field. And Riley Sprague out of nowhere off the bench. 10 points, a perfect 4 of 4 from the field. 2 of 2 from the field. 2 of 2 from 3, I should say, after going 4 of 4 of the field. To also lead the way for the Lions. So final score, Smith 69, Wheaton 55. Thanks for being here on the NUMAC Sports Network. With me, as always, for the NUMAC Sports Network and Wheaton College, I'm Jackson Walsh.